Hello and welcome to Maggie's Fun Time. This is Magzie and we are back. We're not back. We're here on Farming Simulator 17. Now, I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to monetize this when my channel gets up to actually being able to monetize it. But I like this game. I'm going to be playing it. And I've already got it in my head, a bunch of episodes that I can do for this one. And as you can see, this is my main one right here. I did have one here I was playing around with, but I went ahead and deleted it so I could do this one. And basically, I'm going to probably make this one and call it the test farm. And I can do all kinds of testing on here. But I kind of wanted to show you guys how I'm going to start my game. And then once we start the LP for this, after Stardew Valley Season 2 gets done, I will be starting at the point to where we go and buy equipment, and then in that episode I will link to this one, and it kind of will also serve as a guide for you guys of how you should possibly start. I've done a little bit of research, and this is the main way people usually start maps. So it's not the only way, but it's the main one people use. All right, so I'm going to go through the process of actually doing the save game here. So hit continue for this. There's 3 different difficulties. Easy, right here, all settings. At this setting, your economy situation is easier. Your crop price is generally better. Gameplay elements are simplified, and crops will not wither. Now you can change your in-game settings, so that part of it doesn't really matter. But the in-game prices is the main issue. Here you start out with some crops, and you can sell those crops for a little bit of starting cash, and I'll show you that in game because we're going to play on normal. But the crop prices are a lot better on easy, and you don't have to fertilize as often, that kind of stuff, and you don't have to worry about crops withering. I don't play with crop withering on anyway, so it doesn't matter. This is normal. This is standard setting conditions, moderate economy, okay prices for crops, and you have a medium-sized loan from the bank. So this one you don't start out with a loan period, and you have that whole loan you can take out. This one you kind of already have a loan taken out, which is, and they all 3 of these, the map itself that you decide to play starts out with some starting equipment, but this right here gives you the actual difficulty of the map. So gameplay elements are at standard settings, and then hard mode here is a real challenge. The economic system is really tough, prices are low, and you already start out with a large bank debt. Gameplay elements are turned up to more realistic settings. So this one I believe is 75,000 brick load, and I think this one's over 100,000. So maybe it's 150. I can't remember. I haven't actually played on that one. I've seen other people play on it though. So we're going to choose normal here. And now choose a map. There's 2 maps to start out with on here. There's also modded maps you can add in. But for right now, I've only got these 2. And we're going to do the Gold Crest because Sosnofica. I cannot say that. Not only can I not say that, so it'll be a worse map for me because I'll never be able to say the name. My throat's kind of. Hold on, guys. Sorry. You start out with a little bit less equipment here and a little bit less land, so this is actually a harder start. But I'm gonna show you on this one. Goldcrest. Yeah, the settings work usually on any map because the map makers will usually start you out with a bunch of starting gear, and the loans is usually the same on each map unless you're doing some kind of a modded map. And there are mods in this game. I'll show you that in a second. This is, we're gonna hit continue here. A man or woman. I have a woman already, so we're gonna click man on this side, and green is fine with his color, so we're fine with that. I'll keep the name Magzie there, and that's fine. So we hit continue, and I do have this right here, placeable refill tanks. In my regular Let's Play, I'm probably going to buy these and place them like at the shop, and then I'm going to try to find another mod for refillable tanks to put on my farm, and then I can just take a tipper to fill these up. And the liquid fertilizer one, I'll probably have to get like some kind of vehicle that transports liquids. So we'll see how that works. But I'm not really good at the whole pallet forks and trailers, and I couldn't find, the trailers don't really say if they're auto pickup or not, and I kind of wanted to get a modded trailer that just auto picks up the pallets, and then I wouldn't have to use these. But these just let you buy straight up with the money. You're paying for the actual fertilizer and seed anyway, regardless of which one you use, so it's cool. And that's it. And now it's going to give you this message here: game is being loaded, please wait. And you got the little hourglass here, and it gives you some starting tips here. I am going to need to grab me some drinks in between cuts here, so go over and get me some more Dr. Peppers. Bring them over here, and there we go. Let's start here. It says, "Welcome to Farming Simulator. Would you like to start a new short guided tour? This will show you the basics of the game." This whole map here is set up to where it shows you the basics of the game. I don't need it. There's actual territories you can go and actually do. So if you want to do that, you can go those in game. I will also leave on the description down below the Steam page link to this game. All right, but I'm going to say no. And then if you would like to start the guided tour later, simply start a new career, Stardew Valley, and you'll be asked again. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is 8 and 9 on your keypad here. Changes your time. See over here in the top corner there, top right hand corner. So we want to move that to real time right now. So we don't want it going real fast. And you start out with a bunch of stuff on here. F will actually bring up a flashlight. You can't see it during the day, but it does. You see it on the ground there. WSD to move around. You can move the camera to the left and right with that. Left and right click only works when you're in machines or something, or you're holding something in your hand, which we don't have anything right now, so there's no point in that one. You can actually see excuse me. If you go to options, you can actually see the controls. So you start out with 20,000. I believe it's 15 in hard. I don't know what easy is. All right. Okay. So and up here, this is the first thing you want to look at. How much crops you actually start with, and we got a pretty good amount here. Also on the field here, you can see if we switch over to, we have, what is this, canola here? No, that was canola? I don't know. I think that was harvested. So you can switch these things. It shows you growth. You can tag these on and off. So this one is harvested. This one is cultivated and ready to be planting. And this one here, this means it's ready to be harvested. And as you can see, it's about this one. We could probably let it go a little bit longer. This is about here. The darker it is, the more ready it is to harvest, the more ripened it is, I guess. Whatever you want to say. You can click all these off though for right now. I want to show you something. So this shows you all the things. None of these things have been plowed. If we go over again, it'll tell you which ones need to be plowed. And all 3 of our fields have not been plowed. So even though you can just go ahead and cultivate these 3 fields and go ahead and plant them at the start here, if you do that, you will lose out on some things there. Now, you can turn it off on easy. I'll show you the settings in a second, but you can turn plowing off if you want. But I'm gonna want to plow all 3 of these fields. So, And there's a specific way to start, and we are going to do crops, and there's a specific crop that I want to do from the very beginning, and that's what we're going to do. So that being said, I want all three of these plowed so we can get the maximum amount of yield out of the crops. I want a little note on the crops here. Each one of these crops will have a different yield in any field. So even though the price is here, sometimes when you decide which crops you want to grow, you come in here and see which one sells for the most at that time. These prices will change over time, so they're not the same. And but each one of these crops will have a different yield on your field. So some of these, like some of these right here, root crops here, have a really low sell price. However, the yield is like 3 times as much as these, so that's why there's a lower sell price. So these ones that are higher price here means they have a smaller yield on the field. Now that base yield will be modified by your fertilizer and your plowing and that kind of stuff. So that's how that works. We're going to finances here. You see the 75,000 here. We're still in debt. Total account debt by a negative 55. Well, that's going to increase. It's going to increase by a bunch. But we want to go to settings here. So here, I play with dollars here. You can actually move this to euros and pounds, but I play with dollars, and also you can go to kilometers if you want by switching that to that. I am actually going to go into the next screen, which is game settings, and we want this off. We want all these off. We don't want our helpers doing any of this stuff, and I am going to be using helpers. Some people play with the automatic engine start off. I like to have it on. The dirt I like to have on slow here. I will leave the traffic on here. In the real-time settings here, you can change it here. That's the time, the 7 and the 8 buttons I showed you at the beginning. That's that. And we're going to rename this one Test Farm. And we do want 3 periodic stages, and we do want periodic plowing. You don't have to plow after every harvest, but after so many harvests, 2, 3, I don't remember what the exact number is, but after so many harvests, you do want to go ahead and plow to get that extra 10% bonus. We want normal growth speed. That's fine. Fuel usage is default. You can actually switch this to a bunch of different ones. Yeah, but I'll leave it on default. And we want to go ahead and save the game here. Hopefully this doesn't mess anything up. So I'm going to cut the video real quick. I'm going to save this. Sometimes it closes the game out and reloads it when you save it. So I'm going to cut the video and I'll see you guys here in a second. Okay, so it didn't close the game out. Sometimes it will close the game out and reopen it, so be careful about that. And alright, so this is your help menu. You come on here and you can actually read about anything you need. Okay, so the first thing you want to do here is you want to go online, and I'll leave a link also to this page because I found a wiki that shows this. You want to go online and look up these crops and see their yield, alright, per, I don't know if it's per acreage or hectare or whatever, but there's a website that shows you the yield for the fields, the base value for the yield. So you can look that up and you can plan accordingly for what you want here to go with. There's 3 ways to start. You can plow all 3 of these fields after you harvest this one. You can plow all 3 of these fields, and then you can plant grass in there, and you can get the mowing set up, and you can mow the grass. You're going to be doing round bales, unless you have the Coon DOC. Then you can do square bales if you want, but the round bale setup is actually cheaper, and you're going to actually make silage bales, and you're going to sell them right there at that barn. and you'll make about 2,600 and some change for each silage bale. Now, if you plant all 3 of these with grass, and you do that, you'll get about 80, somewhere around now, 80 bales, and it'll end up being like 160, 170,000 gold every time you do it. And you do about every day, 2 days. Just depends. That kind of a setup there, I would actually, if you're going to do animals, I would do that, and I would use this field for silage. I would use that grill for was it hay? And I would use this field here for regular grass, and I would just take those bales to whichever animals farm that you're doing and put them there for storage. But at the start, you'll just be making them all into silage and selling them. But eventually, that's kind of setup is kind of like if you're going animals. We're not going to go animals on our farm at first, so I want to just start out as a potato farmer. So we're going to be doing potatoes. So we're going to go with the crop start. It just the different starts is dependent on what kind of equipment you get to start making money. All right. So the other way to start, I said 3, there's actually 4. The third way to start, remember there one is the grass silage selling. The second one is just doing crops there. And the third way to start is actually lumber. So you can cut these trees down. You can buy a chainsaw, you can cut the trees down. There's actually lumber equipment. I'm going to go here. And you guys can see forestry equipment here. And if we go over here, this is like a little trailer that actually picks up logs. This is an actual thing that actually just grabs onto the tree, cuts it down, and then strips it of all the branches as it's cutting it into lengths. And you can set the length that it cuts the different stuff. There's a whole bunch of logging stuff in here. There's your chainsaws, you can buy them. Different kinds of stuff. So that's the third one. The fourth one is you can actually go around in your map. If we hit escape here. Each one of these fields had a little question mark. You can actually go to these fields and actually do little quests for them. And it's basically the same kind of stuff that you'll be doing on your farm with the fields, like fertilizing, harvesting, plowing, cultivating, that kind of stuff. Depending on the actual thing you're doing and how long the guy or the farmer needs you for, it depends on the price. All right. And also, you gain rep with the farmers. Each one of these fields is owned by a farmer. They're not owned by the same farmer, so there will be different farmers, but each field isn't owned by a different one. All right, so there might be a farmer that owns 3, a farmer owns 4, but you can actually go around. There's an achievement actually too to do at least one mission for every farmer, but you can actually go around to these and do the missions and get money, and you can actually build up your funds that way. And then buy the equipment you're going to need for your start. So that's the 4 starts. I'm going to go through the basic beginning that I'm going to do no matter what, and then we're going to buy the equipment that we're going to need for the potato farming. All right. So the first thing we need to do is we need to actually harvest this field. Now the reason why is because we're going to sell all our equipment, and I'm going to tell you why you want to sell all your equipment at the beginning. Here, if we go to finances here, this is how old all your equipment is. The older your equipment is, the higher the cost is going to be per day. So I have to pay this in maintenance cost every day just to keep this equipment. And as you can see, like this one right here, this case right here is 1,000. Yeah, this auto flow here is 1,000. I believe that's the harvester, if I'm not mistaken. And these two are the tractors, if I'm not mistaken. But all the ones on here that are higher than 500, we're just going to sell those. And some of this equipment we actually don't even need. We might keep the pickup truck because that's a low cost anyway. And the Great Plains seeder, I'm going to go ahead and sell because we're not going to need that for a while. And when I get a seeder, I'm going to get a seeder that actually also cultivates. And fertilizes and also seeds all at one time. So I'm not going to need that one. And I believe this is a cultivator here. So we're probably going to sell every single thing on this list. But I just want to show you that the ones that are in white here are actual. It's the cost of the maintenance cost is not higher than the actual cost by default. And I can actually show you that right here. We go to P and we actually go to actual tractors here. Right here, there's a total, this little gear here, that's the total amount per day. And if that amount here is above that, it'll show in red. As far as I know, that's the way it works. But we're going to get rid of all these. Now, this right here is the actual value that you'll get for each of these items. And as the older it gets, the less you'll get off of it. So be careful. And all of your equipment is old by default on the game. However, we have one field here. I am going to keep my cultivator for right now, but all this other equipment we're going to go and sell. But first, we're going to go ahead and harvest this field. So we're going to go ahead and get into this thing here. We're going to attach the header, and then we're just going to hire a worker. But we can unfold by pressing X. And B to turn on, hire a worker. And we can jump out and get off to the side. We're just going to let the worker go ahead and harvest that field for us. It will cost us a little bit, but we turned all the actual buying stuff off, so he shouldn't be able to do anything. We can double check that in here under settings. Yeah, he can't buy fuel either, so everything's off. Cool. All right. So, this is what we're going to need for that, but we're going to need a bigger one of these. All right. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and take this, sell this, and get the bigger tipper. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and take this case down there. And we're going to go ahead and sell this case also. So. Attach. And I will take these down there. You can actually do it another way, but I like to drive them down there. But I'll see you guys. That's actually loud. Let's turn that down here. Yeah. Turn that down to 40%. Save. Actually, we'll do the environmental volume 40% too. And I want that off. All right. It's enough of that. Back. All right. That's a little better. At least you guys can hear me. So I'll see you guys in a second back down at the actual place. I do want to show you guys this real quick. I should have mentioned it before I cut the video here, but if you go to your map here, the shop that we're going to be selling equipment at is right here. You can click on this. You can click on anything on here, and you hit tag, and it'll blink for you. And then when you hit escape, it's actually blinking on your little mini map there. So I'll see you guys right here, right back at the shop. Also, another thing, you can actually just reset it from here, each one of your equipments. So I'll see you guys in a second. And we're here. So, the sell point, okay, so looking at this, the buy point is over there by the front window, and the sell point is over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this right here, and we're going to detach it, and we're going to travel back around to the front. You could actually just got out of the tractor and went around. There we go. And I think I might keep this tractor for a second, because if you hit this, you can actually go by pressing P and go into your garage, and you can view the stats on each one of yours. And as you can see, these two actually have 145 horsepower. But we might need to actually buy another one, depending on how much horsepower it takes to pull the other thing. We're going to sell this. So there we go. And we're going to come over here. You can actually get to this menu by pressing P. But if you're already at the shop, you can actually walk up to this thing and press R. There. And what we're looking for is tippers here. And the one we're wanting to buy is this one. This one here is not a 1, that's an L for liter. So this is 21,000. This one's a little bit cheaper. This one's the one we want. Now, we don't have enough for that. And so we're going to take out a little loan here. So in order to take a loan, press escape. You head over to finances here, and there's a bar and a repay. Repay pays 5,000 back. Bar 5,000. Bars 5,000. We're just going to get 10,000 right now, and we're going to hit escape. And now we're going to go ahead and grab this tipper here, and we're going to select that, and we're going to buy it. Now we can change the color, we can change the wheels if we want, we can change the actual design, and we hit OK. And now that's ours. And when you buy something, it actually spawns out here. Now the reason why we're doing this is actually a bigger tipper than what we had, and we're going to need this bigger tipper when we do our potato harvest. So this is going to be one of our main equipments, and it's going to be easier for us to sell the crops we have at the house, so at the farm. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this tractor for now. We're going to sell all of our equipment eventually, but I want to get all my fields prepped and done first. So I'm going to see you guys back at the actual farm. And we're back. We got a notification while I was driving that our harvester here is 80% full, and that was a good 2 minutes ago. So he's going to need emptying. I'm going to wait for him to turn around. The first thing we're going to do is press N up here, you see, to open the cover. And that's basically all we need to do. We're just going to wait for him to turn around. We're going to pull up right beside him. As you can see, when you pull up beside him, you have a worker in it with you. He'll automatically put out the thing, and as long as you keep this pipe over top of your tipper here, he'll keep going and fill up the tipper. What are you going to do? Stop. Let me finish draining you. There we go. Now that's all of that he's got in this. But we had some more in storage. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and fill this up with whatever we had on storage. And since we have something in here, all we had to do is press R, and it'll go ahead and put in here all the stuff we had in storage. Now we just want to wait for this guy to get done with the rest of the harvest. So I think I'm going to keep that cultivator for now. But that tractor and that tractor can actually go, because I'm going to sell all three of these tractors after we get done selling that. And after the harvester gets done, we're going to go ahead and sell that one. And I'm going to use the main tractor that I'm going to use for potatoes. I'm going to use that to actually do all these fields. So I'll see you guys when this guy gets done, and I'm going to go ahead and reset all the rest of those guys there back to the store. So I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay, and we're back. I went ahead and the worker hopped out, showed task done before I actually got up here beside of him. So I had to actually have to pop in the harvester and open the pipe out, put the pipe out. But we want to go ahead and fold all this up, and then we can just jump out of here because we're going to reset this whole thing here, and we can go into here, and we want to reset, and we want to reset the header also. There we go. Now I'm probably going to keep the truck for now, because if we go to here, it's only $27, even though it's 71 days old, and we can just change the color on it to whatever we want, so that's fine. Alright, so the next thing we're going to need to do here is we have 18,000 of wheat. So we want to sell this. So how you do this is you go over to here, and we can see this is the one we have in our thing. You can sell by the icon there, and these are listed prices. Now for the most part, you can make a crap ton of money by going to the train and selling it there. For the most part, that's going to be your best option. Not always, but usually. But I don't like messing with the trains, so I never, hardly ever sell to the trains. So I go to the next highest other than the train. And right now, the next highest here is Goldcrest Pacific Grain. It's a 648. So what you can do is you highlight this, and then you double click on that, and it'll target it for you. So now if we look on our mini map, it's blinking. We can go over here, and it'll show you that it's over here, and we know we can come out, take a left, go up here, and there's a road that leads back into us. So not only that, we need to sell every single one of these on here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll meet you guys back at the shop. All right, so I'll be right back. Hey guys, I kind of changed my mind. It might make the video a little bit longer, but I want to show you guys. I want to show you guys me actually getting each of the grain and actually selling each of the grain, so you guys can see the totals. So that's the way I want to do it. So we're going to come up here, and I'm going to show you guys me selling this one. Now, you'll know that you can unload. It'll up in the controls, unload little thing will show up there, and also on the bottom right hand corner there you see the little tipper icon showing that you can unload it. Once you have that, just press the I button. There we go. And I'll come right back when we get back to the farm. Here we go. And it's time for the next one, which is barley. I'm gonna fill this up with that. Just need to move this forward a little bit. There we go. And barley sells the best at the train station, but we're not doing that one. We could go back up to acres. There's not that much difference in the price here, but this is the most, so we might as well take it to there. So I'm going to take it to there, and I'm going to show you guys on the map here where that's at. It's right down here as we're going to town, and I'll see you guys there. And we're here. So we're going to press I here. And that was 4,250. I'll see you guys back at the farm. And we're here. So So let's see what's next on our list here. Canola. All right. Let's see where we're going with canola. 193, which is Mary's Farm. It's a really far away. I will show you on the map here. All the way down here in the bottom right hand corner. So I'll see you guys when we get there. Here we are. Mary's Farm. This is actually where you buy cows too, so you'll need to get to know this. That's not the actual place. This is the actual buy and sell point, I believe, for cows. And then right up here, the sell point should spawn in right here in a second. When we get close enough to it. There we go. And here we go. 5,000. There we go. Okay, guys, I'll see you back at the farm. Here we go. Back at the farm. So what's next on our list? Sunflowers. Cool. Okay. And the best place for sunflowers is actually Mary's Farm again. And actually, it looks like it's in the green. So, if it's in the green, that means it's the best possible price it can get. Like, white is medium of the road. Red means it's too low. Like, it's really, really low. You should never sell them. But Mary's Farm, okay. I've already been to Mary's Farm once, so but I want you guys to see the actual amount. So I'll see you guys there. Here we go. Back at Mary's Farm. Go ahead and tip this out. See how much room we get out of it. Now I believe the prices are per 1,000 liters, not just liter itself. Just let you guys know that one. Another 10,000, and I'll see you guys back at the farm. Back at the farm. Woo-hoo. And now we have soybeans. Sunflowers and soybeans usually sell for the most amount of money per unit. Now, that's a lot of money. But Dalton's Bakery is the next best thing. It's 400 more to go to the train, though. Actually, no, wait a minute. This one's 700. I've never actually been to this one. Where are you at? Way up here. So we take a left and then another left, all the way out. I think I would rather go all the way down and then head that way. All right, guys, I'll meet you. I'll meet you there. Here we are. The sell point should be somewhere up here. There we go. Right there it is. And hit I. And what do we got left? Corn. Let's go get that. I'll see you guys in a second. Here we are. And it's time to get the last one, which I believe is corn. But it'll tell us. And that's it. Yep. And we'll fill that up. And we want to go to Denton's Bakery. There we go. I'll see you guys there. Here we are, the last one. We're going to unload. And that was 5,000. So we got a total of 115,000 and some change. I'm going to go ahead and run this tipper back to the farm. And I'll see you guys back at the shop. And we're back. We're going to go ahead and take these guys in here. Go ahead and sell them. Now, if you're not doing potatoes, you want to go ahead and do your fields first. All right. Go ahead and do your fields, get them cultivated, plowed, cultivated. Instead of buying the tipper, you want to come down here and get a lease a plow or buy a plow, either one, and you want to take it home and plow your fields, cultivate them, plant them, and all that kind of stuff. But since we're doing potatoes, we can't use any of the stuff that was there to actually plant the potatoes with. So for the most part, everything's useless except for the cultivator. So we went ahead and kept that, and we're going to sell everything so we can actually buy the stuff that we need to do the potatoes, because we need all different equipment for potato harvest. And I'll show you that in a second. We're going to go ahead and sell this. There we go. And we're going to get our harvester here. We need to actually pick this up, transport it over to there. Attach. There we go. And for our potatoes, we're not going to need an actual harvester, period, for right now. So this actually works out pretty good for us. You just leave that attached. You don't have to, but I'm going to leave it attached. And there we go. We just back out and come back in, and then we can sell that. There we go. And our hour's up. At the end of the hour, it go ahead and shows you what your wage payment was for the workers that you used for that hour. Just to let you guys know that one. And then we're going to come here. Oh, no. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to come to our finance page, and we're going to max out our loan. All right. And it'll stop letting you borrow when you max it out. So we have a total here of $400,529. All right. So the first thing we're going to need is actually to actually sow the potatoes. Where's that? Sewing machines. There we go. And this is the one we want. You can look at all these if you want. What you want, the main ones you want to look at is the width. And down here, this is just telling you this is the section that shows you what seeds you plant with this harvester here. That's what that shows you, all right? And this shows you the width and how much it can hold also. And another main thing you want to look at here is the actual horsepower needed to actually run this thing, which is 120, and it's 50 per day. I don't know if there's actually another one. There's a grime here. This one will actually work on potatoes also, and it's 6 meters instead of 3 meters here. And it also fertilizes. Is that what I'm seeing here? I think it also fertilizes. I might go with this one. Yeah, so I wonder if this one cultivates too. But we do want the potatoes. Let's go ahead and go with this one. And it's actually 6 meters instead of 10. And we have to remember our tractor has to be higher than this. I think we're going to go with like a 200 horsepower tractor somewhere around there. But let's get this. Buy. Purchase that. And that will deal with that. We do want a plow. Now, I usually just buy the smallest one, and I just let a worker do it. But if you want a high width one, you want to go with this one or higher. There's not that many to choose from. This is the biggest one here, and you get 6.2 meters here. but I always let my I never plow. I actually do have to plow to get the achievement, so I might do it this time around. But I'm going to go ahead and get the 3-meter one because that's going to go about with what tractor we get. So we're going to go ahead and get that one. There we go. Now, that's basically all you need. We are going to need some kind of fertilizer spreader. There are a bunch of different ones. We can do a weeder, we can do a slurry tank, we can do manure, we can do fertilizer, we can do sprayers. I think I like doing these because usually these are the cheapest ones. Alright, and this works out actually perfect. It doesn't take that long to actually go through the fields there. The width, this one is actually twice as long, but it's 3 times as much. So this is actually your cheapest option, and it'll get the job done till you can get something better. And we're probably going to go with a liquid fertilizer sprayer, but I want to go ahead and go with the cheapest option we can for right now, and we can upgrade later if we need to. So that gives us a fertilizer option. We have a cultivator right here. All right, and it's a 3-meter one. If you want and you have the funds left after you buy everything else in your tractor, you can actually go in here and get a actual bigger cultivator. Probably this one. This is 4 meters, but the one you have is 3 meters, so you only get an extra meter. It's not. I don't know if that's worth it getting it. So harvesting, you're going to need this for potato harvesting. And you're going to need both of these here. Alright. Now, you don't have to buy these right now. Your potatoes aren't going to need harvesting for 2 or 3 days. So you don't have to buy these right now. You can actually just go around and do missions for farmers and stuff and save up. And it won't take you that long to get 112. Just doing the missions around, and you want to kind of do the rep anyway, and the achievement you probably want to get that too, so you want to do one for all of the farmers. What I'd like to do is go to each field and do all the missions until it runs out, and then go to the next field. And I always used to do like the small ones first because you have plenty of time, unless you're fast forwarding time. So I think I want to go ahead and get my tractor first. So we're looking for 200 horsepower or more. So let's go past the New Holland. There. 117. 145. Now the Voltra here, I do like the Voltras here. And if you go in here, actually go into them because you can actually upgrade the engines here. So we can get up to 185 off of this one. That's not a bad price either. You're 60. You're a fan. I think I want to go with the Voltra. This is 210. If we go to our garage real quick. This requires 180. So I think the 200 one is actually going to be perfect for us. So what about this Fendt? Also, you want to look at the how much fuel it keeps and all that kind of stuff. This one's faster. I'm not really worried about that though. I kind of want to go with a little bit cheaper option. We'll go here and I can actually upgrade this to 250, but I can do that anytime. I think I'm going to need that as default right now. We're going to go with our green colors here. And I'm going to go with the weighted wheels. And there we go. We're going to get that. And now we're going to see if we have enough for our potato harvester. We do. So let's go ahead and grab that while we're here. Bye. Back. Bye. There we go. And that's everything we're going to need to start our farm. This is going to be our setup right here. I'm going to buy all this stuff again when we actually start our farm. I will probably end up doing it, every one of this all over again, because this is my test farm anyway. And this is our tractor right here. So basically you got to take each one of this stuff back to the farm. Some of this stuff you can actually do at the same time. So I'm going to move all this stuff back to the farm. If you like this episode, make sure you smack that like button. If you subscribe to my channel, I'll send you notifications when I have new videos out. You guys can come check it out, see if you like it. If you do like this episode and you want to share it with your friends, tell them that you like it. There's a share tab down below. Click on the share tab, copy the link, post it on your Facebook, Twitter, wherever you do social media. If you have any tips, tricks, or comments, put it down in the comments down below. And I will see you guys on the very first episode, which will probably be a month from now, somewhere around like there, right there. I might do a couple more videos showing a couple things off because I got some extra time this week to waste. So I'll see you guys when the new LP for this one starts. See you guys. Oh, guys, one last thing I forgot to show you guys. If we go over here, there we go. Look at that. Not paying hundreds of thousands. Our cultivator will be gotten rid of. We'll get something else. But for now, it'll work. And I'll look up that potato harvester that we got and see if it also cultivates. And if it does, we won't even need this anyway. But anyway, guys, I wanted to show you guys the price difference here on the daily. This is what you'll be paying every day at midnight coming out. And it's our total cost here is actually under the cost of just keeping that one harvester. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to show you guys that.